How frustrating is it, ladies, when you think everything went smooth on that date? You were flirting, he was flirting, you felt the chemistry, but he doesn't call you back to arrange the second one. You might be staring at your phone like, come on, is this working? He's been online. Believe it or not, you may actually be missing out on some vital chemistry building and then tearing it down with some bad behaviours. So let's dive in deep so that you can learn how to create an irresistible chemistry with a guy to get you out of singleville. Like and subscribe. There is no unique compliment. A date is kind of like a job interview for a long-term position, the position being potential marriage and kids. So you need to remember to make sure that you are representing the best features and benefits of dating you, but also making sure the guy feels valued. Remember, he wants to make sure that he's getting something out of this relationship with you, and the test of that is the start of the relationship. So give him unique compliments, something that makes him think about what you said for years. I'm sure you've had this yourself. You need to let him know on the first date that you are positioning yourself for relationship material by saying something indirect along the lines of, you are really sexy, and here is a unique compliment about your fashion sense, your intelligence, your quirkiness, something that no one else has mentioned before. Now, this is going to make you stand out from everyone else that they could potentially be talking to, and it's going to keep you lingering in their mind. It also creates the magic of a connection and breaks away from the typical date questions of, hey, how was your job? Are you going on any holidays this year? And it's easy, let's face it, to just sit there, have a great conversation looking nice, but you need to have that chemistry, and these unique compliments do just that. Too opinionated. Some women adopt the sassy flirting role where they playfully argue with their dates or try to always play devil's advocate to any point a man raises. This isn't sexy. Hollywood kind of plays out that it's sexy when a woman is sassy, and yes, in some moments it can be, but on the first couple of dates, it's not. It's off-putting and borderline red flag. A man dates a woman because of the emotional nourishment she provides, and sassy behavior does not show off your best side. So drop the ego. If he says something that you don't agree with, you adopt the mantra, agree to disagree. You do not listen. It's so easy to get nervous around someone that we like. We get so scared to not have anything to say, and we try so hard to find chemistry that we just continue to talk and talk. We end up cutting over the other person talking and not stopping ourselves, and we kind of get out that present moment. If you are able to stop worrying about the conversation topics and that awkward silence and have that moment of vulnerability, it shows real human connection. So listen to him when he talks. Now here's a trick. Get him to talk about what he's passionate about and just listen and take it in. You don't have to understand it or say that you would take that up as a hobby if you guys were to date. Just admire him talking passionately. This is going to make him feel respected, appreciated, and cherished. Plus, he's going to walk away from this interaction thinking, wow, I finally came out of my shell tonight and I was able to feel this genuine connection with her. Oh, so many women do this. You admitted that you stalked him. We all do it. We buy a new washing machine and we stalk the reviews just to make sure we are getting our money's worth. We apply for a job and we look at the company reviews. So it's expected to pre-screen your date by scrolling through their social media to make sure that your time investment is worthwhile. That's okay. But what's not okay is when you admit this to your crush. No one wants to hear the other person stalking them. It feels slightly icky and very controlling, so don't get caught out. If he talks about what he did last weekend, act surprised instead of saying, oh yeah, I saw that on your social media. Flirting too much on social media. When we were teens, we did this and it was okay, posting hearts on each other's Facebook walls, but now it's not cute. You can keep up the flirting on social media, tag them in a meme and send a funny video, but try to avoid doing this as much as you can. He doesn't want to feel like you are always there. A man wants space. And selling yourself for, hey, I'm always here thinking about you, here's a cute little meme I've seen, it shows a lot of signs of neediness and clinginess, things that you don't want to be showing. You talk too soon about your long-term plans. Most dating apps nowadays actually say in someone's bio if they want to get married or have kids. So you need to take that as gospel and don't bring that up until maybe the 5th or the 6th date down the line. It's very creepy to rock up on the first date and say, yeah, I want 2 kids and to be married by 2025. It puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the guy. You will make him feel like life with you is way too regimented, planned, and boring. You do not de-stress before a date. Venting to your crush can bring you closer together, eventually. That's because vulnerability works to create that chemistry, but it's very unattractive if this is what you do all of the time. Plus, if you talk about the office argument on your date, it's not attractive. It's your job to emotionally regulate and to de-stress before the date and not bring any outside problems onto the date. Watching too many rom-coms. This tip is more about your expectations. Guys are not as romantic as the dudes that we see in the Korean dramas, and I know that makes me sad too. They do not understand women's psychology. They are not wired the same way that we are. Now, it can be so easy when we've set ourselves up for this very hard expectation to keep expecting a guy to do this in real life. It's as if we recognize the small gestures he makes, and then we expect him to become bigger and better in what he gives us. It can be easy to become a hard-to-please lady when you are recognizing the small gestures he makes, as you are expecting him to show up constantly with a boombox, the flowers, and homemade gâteau outside your apartment window. Guys do not do this. They are not tuned into that emotional romantic sense. They have to learn that, and that's a long-term learn over the course of the relationship, not something that you will get in the first couple of dates. The next mistake, and this is very, very, very common, group dates do not class as a date. Do not ever. Ladies, don't do this. Don't think it's okay to be flirting with your crush when your friends are right there looking over your shoulder. You would not appreciate if a guy did it to you. You both need to have your individual time together and be slightly vulnerable. Now, I get it. You might want to feel that you have that backup of your friends behind you, but if you are going to bring your friends along to the date, make sure they sit in the back corner where they are not going to intervene. So don't set up group dates without scheduling in some important one-on-one time first. What you think he wants to hear. Don't ever play yourself short by changing who you are. Most of us have done this, me included. We think that we are more attractive and compatible if we lie about the things we are interested in because we know the guy will say, wow, you're not like the other girls, let me be your long-term boyfriend. And yeah, it kind of does work, but deep down, it shows him that you don't love yourself enough and it turns him off. If you have to pretend to be a different person, what does that say about your own self-esteem? So be genuine. Most self-aware guys will figure out almost instantly that you are bending the truth, and this is very unattractive. Depending on liquid confidence. Just like the previous tip, if you cannot be your confident self, then what does this say about you? If you have to depend on alcohol to enjoy your dates, this is not good. Personally, I refuse alcohol-only dates. It's kind of low value. And what do you actually learn about your date if they are fueled on liquid confidence, right? You want to see the real vulnerable version of that person, not the party version. So if you are seen in your car taking a couple of shots before you walk in, this is not good. Keep it in mind. The guy met you when you were sober, so that means he likes this version of you. So stick with it. Talking about who else likes you. Most women adopt the I'm wanted by many attitude. You try to make out that you're a catch and then he needs to hurry up and make things official, but it does the opposite. A guy doesn't need to know that 3 other guys in the same room as you right now have been staring you up and down. Someone else's opinion of you does not apply to this relationship. Being too sexually suggestive. Yes, you need to let him know that you want him in a sexual way, but don't make it crazy obvious. You can flirt and tease him so he knows you feel the chemistry with him, but stop with the endless innuendos. Stop talking about your favorite positions, etc. A guy wants to be wanted for everything he has to offer, not just the bedroom stuff. So if you focus too much on the sexual side of things, it can make him feel extremely turned off and not want to call you back. There you have it, the most common flirting mistakes that are keeping you single. I hope this video has really helped you to change your narrative when it comes to dating. Let me know if any of these comments has resonated with you today, and I will see you in the next video. Like and subscribe.